Right now, as you're watching this, millions of Americans are standing in grocery store aisles doing silent math in their heads. You look at the price of eggs, you look at the cost of milk, you glance at the total climbing on the screen faster than your paycheck ever does. And somewhere in that moment, you ask yourself the same question families across this country are asking every single week. Is my SNAP money going to stretch far enough this time? This isn't just a headline. This isn't just policy. This is your kitchen table. This is your kid's breakfast. This is your rent versus groceries decision. And today, there's a new alert that directly affects you and your wallet because SNAP, the food stamp program that millions rely on, is now being watched more closely than ever before. And when something that big starts getting watched, reviewed, and scrutinized, changes almost always follow. Sometimes those changes protect families. Sometimes they create new pressure. And sometimes they quietly reshape the rules without anyone noticing until it's too late. If you rely on SNAP even a little bit, this video is for you. If someone in your household uses SNAP, this video is for you. If you're worried about rising prices, shrinking benefits, or unexpected account issues, this video is absolutely for you. Because what's happening behind the scenes right now could affect how easily you access your benefits, how carefully transactions are reviewed, and how future rules could tighten. The system isn't broken, but it is under a microscope. And when systems go under a microscope, small mistakes become big problems. Simple habits get questioned, and families who are doing everything right still feel the pressure. This is why you need to stay informed, not scared, not confused, just prepared. Because knowledge protects your household, knowledge protects your card, knowledge protects your grocery budget. And in the next few minutes, you're going to understand exactly why SNAP is being watched more closely, what that means for you, what could change, what you should watch out for, and how to protect your benefits in a time when every dollar matters more than ever. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could impact your next grocery trip more than you realize. Why SNAP is suddenly under intense attention. So why is SNAP suddenly getting so much attention right now? It's not random. It's not coincidence. It's the result of rising costs, record enrollment, and growing pressure on government budgets all happening at the same time. More families than ever are relying on food assistance because wages haven't kept up with grocery inflation. Rent has climbed, utilities have climbed, transportation has climbed. But SNAP benefits don't always rise at the same speed. That creates stress on the system. And whenever a system carries more people and more money, oversight increases. Think of it like this. When traffic increases on a highway, police presence increases. When more money flows through a program, auditors, analysts, and policymakers start paying closer attention. They look for waste, they look for errors, they look for fraud, they look for inefficiencies. Most families using SNAP are honest, hardworking people doing their best to survive in an expensive economy. But a small percentage of misuse can trigger large-scale reviews that affect everyone, including you. Another major factor is technology. SNAP systems today are more digital than ever. Transactions are tracked instantly. Patterns are analyzed. Spending behavior can be flagged automatically. That doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, but it does mean the system sees more than it ever has before. If you accidentally swipe twice, if a store rings something incorrectly, if a balance changes unexpectedly, these things can now trigger reviews faster than in the past, and that creates anxiety for families who just want to buy groceries and go home. There's also political pressure. SNAP funding is always debated. Some leaders want tighter rules, others want expanded access. When those debates heat up, oversight becomes stricter because lawmakers want data to support their arguments. That means more reports, more audits, and more scrutiny at every level of the program. Again, this doesn't mean benefits are disappearing tomorrow, but it does mean the environment around SNAP is changing. And here's the part most people don't realize. When oversight increases, communication often lags behind. Families don't always get clear explanations. Notices can feel confusing. Letters can sound intimidating. App updates can create uncertainty. That's why staying informed matters so much right now. You don't want surprises when your groceries are on the checkout belt and your card suddenly behaves differently than expected. Awareness gives you power, and power gives your family stability. What being watched more closely actually means for you. When people hear the phrase being watched more closely, it can sound scary. It can feel like someone is looking over your shoulder every time you swipe your SNAP card. But let's break it down in simple terms so you understand what this really means for your daily life. It doesn't mean someone is judging your groceries. It doesn't mean you're in trouble. It means the system itself is paying closer attention to how benefits move through the network. This includes things like transaction patterns, frequency of purchases, location activity, and account changes. For example, if a card suddenly shows activity in multiple places within a short time window, the system might flag it for security reasons. That's designed to prevent theft and fraud, not to punish families. But sometimes, legitimate activity can still trigger automated systems, which may temporarily pause a card or require verification. That's why knowing what to expect helps you stay calm and prepared. It also means eligibility reviews may feel more thorough. Renewal paperwork might ask for clearer documentation. Timelines might become stricter. Small errors that used to slide by unnoticed might now require correction. That doesn't mean benefits are being taken away. It means accuracy is being emphasized more than ever, and accuracy protects the long-term stability of the program. But it can feel stressful when you're the one filling out forms or waiting for approval. Stores are also being monitored more closely. Retailers that accept SNAP must follow strict rules. If a store violates guidelines, transactions can get reviewed. That can affect customers without warning. Again, this isn't about blaming families. It's about tightening controls across the entire ecosystem. The key takeaway for you is this: stay organized. Keep your notices. Read messages from your benefits office. Update your information promptly. Report lost cards immediately. Check balances regularly. These small habits reduce the chance of disruptions. You shouldn't have to worry every time you buy groceries, but awareness creates confidence. And here's the suspenseful part. Whenever systems tighten, adjustments often follow. New rules, new verification steps, new processes, not always announced loudly, sometimes quietly implemented. That's why staying connected to updates matters, because you deserve to know what's coming before it hits your wallet. how this could impact your monthly food budget. Let's talk about the real life impact. Not theory, not headlines. Your actual grocery cart, your actual fridge, your actual monthly budget. When oversight increases, it can indirectly affect how smoothly benefits flow. Delays in renewals, temporary holds during verification. Processing slowdowns, even small disruptions can create big stress when your household depends on those funds for food. Imagine planning your grocery trip based on your expected deposit date, only to find a delay because paperwork is still under review. That creates pressure instantly. You may have to stretch pantry items, you may have to adjust meal plans, you may feel anxiety that no family should have to feel over food security. That's why understanding these dynamics helps you plan ahead instead of being caught off guard. Another possible impact is how carefully balances are tracked. If you're used to rolling over unused benefits or budgeting across weeks, closer monitoring may make balance updates more precise, but also more rigid. That means you'll want to stay on top of receipts and balances so you're never surprised at checkout. Some families also worry about purchasing restrictions. While SNAP already has clear rules on what can and cannot be purchased, tighter oversight can sometimes lead to stricter enforcement at the register. If a system flags an item incorrectly, it can create awkward moments. Being patient, calm, and informed helps navigate those moments without stress. The good news is this: oversight is not designed to reduce your support. It's designed to protect the program from abuse, so it remains available for families who truly need it, like yours. But transitions can feel bumpy. That's why preparation matters. You control more than you think. You control your documentation. You control how quickly you respond to notices. You control how you track your spending. You control staying informed. These small actions protect your household stability in a time when every grocery dollar matters. And stay tuned, because what's coming next may determine how SNAP evolves moving forward and why this moment could shape the future of food assistance for years to come. The bigger economic pressure behind this shift. This isn't happening in a vacuum. SNAP oversight is increasing because the entire economy is under pressure. Food prices remain high. Transportation costs impact distribution. Weather affects crops. Global events influence supply chains. And families feel every ripple at the checkout counter. When millions of households need assistance at the same time, the system must adapt. Government budgets are stretched. Programs compete for funding. Data becomes critical in justifying where dollars go. That's why SNAP activity is being analyzed more deeply. Leaders want to know how effectively benefits are being used, where inefficiencies exist, and how to maintain sustainability long term. But here's what often gets overlooked. When policymakers analyze numbers, families live the reality. A spreadsheet doesn't feel hunger. A report doesn't stretch leftovers. A chart doesn't calm a worried parent. You do. Your family does. That's why clear communication and fairness matter so much during times of increased oversight. Technology also accelerates these changes. Automation makes decisions faster, algorithms flag patterns faster, systems respond faster. But humans still live with the consequences. That's why understanding how these systems operate empowers you to avoid unnecessary disruptions. There's also a trust factor. Programs work best when families trust the system and the system supports families fairly. Oversight should strengthen that trust, not weaken it. And your voice matters. Staying informed allows you to advocate for clarity, fairness, and transparency. This moment isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Change is happening whether we notice it or not. The families who stay informed adapt faster and protect their stability better than those caught by surprise. Common questions families are asking right now. Families across the country are asking the same questions you might be asking right now. Will my benefits change? Will my card get flagged? Do I need to do anything differently? Should I worry? The honest answer is this: most families will continue receiving benefits normally, but staying attentive is smart. If you receive notices, read them carefully. If something doesn't make sense, contact your local office. If your information changes, address, income, household size, update it promptly. If your card is lost or compromised, report it immediately. These steps reduce risk. Another question families ask is whether benefits could increase or decrease. That depends on many factors, including economic conditions and policy decisions. Oversight doesn't automatically mean cuts. Sometimes it leads to improvements and stronger protections. Families also wonder about privacy. Systems track transactions for security, not personal judgment. Your dignity matters. Programs exist to support you, not shame you. The most important question is, how do I protect my household? The answer is simple: stay informed, stay organized, stay proactive. Signs to watch for so you're never caught off guard. Pay attention to small changes. Deposit timing shifts, new notices, app updates, unexpected declines at checkout. These aren't always problems, but they're signals to double check. Set reminders for renewals, keep copies of documents, monitor balances, teach household members how to use the card responsibly. These habits prevent panic moments. If something feels off, address it early. Waiting only increases stress. Early action protects your groceries and your peace of mind. How this could shape the future of SNAP oversight often leads to modernization. Better fraud protection, faster processing, improved access tools, but it can also introduce new rules. The future of SNAP will likely involve more digital verification, stronger security, and clearer accountability. Families who stay informed adapt easily. Those who ignore updates risk confusion. Knowledge keeps you ahead of the curve. This moment could strengthen SNAP for future generations, if managed responsibly. Your role in protecting your benefits. You're not powerless. You're part of the system. Your actions matter. Accuracy matters. Communication matters. Awareness matters. Protect your benefits like you protect your paycheck. Because for many families, SNAP is part of survival. Stay alert. Stay informed. Stay proactive. This isn't just news. It's your life, your meals, your children, your stability. SNAP being watched more closely doesn't mean danger. It means transition. And transitions reward preparation. You deserve clarity. You deserve security. You deserve support. Stay connected. Stay informed. Keep watching for updates that protect your wallet and your family's future. Subscribe, stay engaged, and never let important changes catch you by surprise. Your financial future depends on staying ahead, and we'll keep bringing you the updates you need.